So it finally happened. The Blazing Sun got its buff in a quick patch. It was more so, I guess, a bug fix, but now the Desperado correctly shoots double shot bursts, which basically means it's about twice as strong. I don't know the exact number. Someone in the comments who has more insight might be able to tell me, but apparently it's a lot stronger, and some tests are showing now that it's basically just better than an elite defender, assuming the infinite range of the sniper isn't a factor, which is super cool. And it also has the damage over time thing, so that could be taken to advantage a little bit with the final harmonic, of course. So I'm going to be bringing it on Ravine Chimps, or on Ravine Chimps I mean, and we're just going to see if it can wreck house and do really well. And I definitely have some opinions now. Overall, I kind of guess I'll just get straight to the point. I think it's an alright tower. It's not crazy strong, it's not terrible, it's just alright. I assume it's kind of like the Golden Justice 2 and maybe the Desert Phantom a little bit. They're all pretty mediocre to good towers, I'd say. The Golden Justice can actually be really good, except it's extremely niche on the map. Like, you have to have the right map for it, and when I say right map, I mean like Sanctuary, Muddy Puddles, and for experts, that's just it. Like, it won't really do anything unless you can get it far away, in the back, with a straight line where it just shoots down and does a lot. Also, apparently Golden Justice is bugged, so it crits only do 3x damage instead of 8x damage. So that's just something to be aware of. It would actually be really insane if it has layer soaking. I don't think it does right now, but if it does, that would like actually make it an insane tower. But I'd say it's an alright tower. It's pretty on like some maps. Most maps it's pretty bad. But yeah, not the Golden Justice, the Blazing Sun, which is the subject of the video here, will definitely get some more use. I think it's actually a pretty cool tower. It's particularly strong in the mid game. The big iron's also kind of powerful, and the tier 4 is pretty good too. It's a little bit pricey, but yeah, that's it. So for round 40 here, I'm going to be getting a Kylie Boomerang and the big iron to beat round 40. That thing will become a Moab Press later. And there was nothing else that I could really buy that would be able to beat round 40, so I just got that. And then I'm going to carry into the Blazing Sun for the mid game. It actually has some good power. I'm going to be getting this Juggernaut on one side, of course. I'll be going into the Spike later. That will become a Spike Mines, and we'll be able to clean up everything that goes down on the Blazing Sun side. And then I'm going to be getting Glaive Lord down at the bottom. I'm also going to be going for a final harmonic in the late game until my plan got foiled a little bit, which you will see later. But final harmonic will be maybe for another day. But they're both really good with final harmonic, and the Blazing Sun is good for mid game. I feel like this combo can just really work out. And also final harmonic with the Glaive Lord will destroy round 100, so that's not an issue. It's got good cleanup, it's got good single target damage. You might need a little something for DDTs, but I feel like Glaive Lord, final harmonic, and the Blazing Sun could be a good combo. However, this mid game is just pretty darn good. I'm gonna be honest. You get the Blazing Sun and it destroys everything. It can one-shot ceramic. So out of all things, I feel like it definitely does the late mid game much better than the Elite Defender. By quite a bit. It's late game, I don't know if it's better than Elite Defender. Maybe not. It could matter or something. Not quite sure exactly. But yeah, so it's pretty darn good in the mid game. I will give it credit for that. It just can one-shot all the ceramics, does good damage to the Moabs. Again, it also has the ability where the farther the balloons away are from the Desperado itself, it's going to be doing more damage. So I kind of have it in this spot like in the middle where it's going to be cranking out some good attack speed. I think it's a plus 60% attack speed bonus if everything's super far away, so a lot of the time it's going to be attacking super fast. That's just another really weird thing about Desperados. They have very particular placements. The Golden Justice, it's terrible, but Desert Phantom and the Blazing Sun, you kind of can get good spots on most all maps. That's really cool. This thing will just fly right into the Glaive Lord before round 80, no problem. I got the primary training on it, even though you can't pierce buff it. If you could buff its pierce, it would actually become a pretty broken tower, I'd imagine. That's for the extra range, because in that position it can't shoot over the middle of both, and I need to be able to hit the Moabs. Plus that's going to be useful for the Moab glue later on and all that stuff. Also, I'm getting a 520. If that is the incorrect cross path, just let me know, but I'm assuming it's right, so if I get no comments about that, I guess I did a great job. And we'll get that, we'll then get the spike mines, and we'll move on. So I'm going to put some music on while this thing flies through, and if you're curious about, like, if you want to use it, definitely use it for the mid-game, because it actually is really nice in the mid-game. Well, there wasn't much music in between here, but I was curious about how the final harmonic would work on Ravine, because I haven't used it in a while, and this might be bugged, but this thing is only grabbing 1 Moab per cycle. It was the same when it was the middle, and I forgot that I could also just like place it on land. I think that might like fix it up a bit, but I wanted the extra range that it gets from being in the water so that I could get DDTs consistently without having to buy Sabo. Harmonic itself is pretty darn expensive, so it would only be worthwhile if Sabo could be gone, and I just wasn't really thinking that would work out that well with just the Glaive Lord and large downtime on a short radius of Harmonic with no stuns or Sabo down there. It would just be pretty bad. So I'm going to continue on. We're going to go standard support instead of the Harmonic. This means that round 100 might be a little bit of an issue. It ends up being a big issue, I'm going to be honest. So I got First Strike 2 to replace that. And then we grab the Sabo. I have this cool trick up my sleeve where I'm placing, because I have now the ability to target the spikes, I can slam the spike mines over a bit, and then you can get that spike mines to deal damage against 100. It should do around 4,000 damage, which is really nice. However, mine was 1 pixel off, and I had to do this crazy weird micro. You'll see that, and I didn't really get all the spikes. It was very annoying, but that round 100 is a little bit of a disaster. The other rounds were going pretty good. Everything was really smooth, to be honest, until round 98. It took a lot of finessing to get 98 to work. I needed like a giant Psy explosion, a lot of RNG. I also used some last targeting here and there to be able to get things to go in, but everything else seemed to do really well. The Glaive Lord was cleaning up on its side, and it also bounces and like ricochets around to the other side to deal damage, so that one spike mine can do enough. The Blazing Sun was just here to take out the ZMGs, so I had it on strong most of the time, and then I could nuke everything with Psy, and Glaive Lord just does crowd control, and with the Sabo it can take out the DDTs. So again, a pretty good strategy. I think really just with that final Harmonic, it would push everything together to just be really, really good. And also because there's DOT on the Blazing Sun. If you didn't see the video from yesterday, I kind of cover that more, but Blazing Sun also gets some good benefit from the final Harmonic, and unlike Solver, the Glaive Lord and the Blazing Sun will be able to work together, because Glaive Lord is more single target. The the Blazing Sun is more pierce based DOT, but when I was using like Solver, it was the same. so they would kind of conflict with each other. Not with this combo, so I actually might make like some videos on that later. But there goes that round 98. That one took a lot of RNG. Round 99 also was a lot of RNG too, but that one was easier because you just played and see if the DDTs go the right way. And then round 100, I was forced to get 2 Moab Assassins. It was probably cheaper to get the tier 3 middle path. I forget the name of that. I don't think, is that just Bounty Hunter or something? I forget, but that might have been cheaper. I forgot about that. I now need to remember that's an option against round 100 because that range could help a bit. But with that, I was able to then beat it. I didn't really get as much cash spare. I was hoping for the 32k spare, but I had to buy those assassins, so I only got 22k spare. Not the greatest, but it's on Ravine, and Ravine does have a very nasty round 100. On most maps, the Glaive Lord and the Blazing Sun will just get you round 100, especially if you have Harmonic, but I'd say it's a pretty cool tower. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!